Boom. Hey, how's everyone doing? My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. This is our Wednesday night live. We get together every Wednesday night and draw a portrait. If you are new or seeing this for the first time and are looking for a great community of artists, I would highly recommend that you join our Facebook group. I'll put a link in the comments as soon as this is done. Check that out. I will also add another link in the comments when the video is over of a link for all of these videos. I'm starting to create quite a collection here on YouTube, and you could see all of the drawing videos all in one place. I'll put that link there too. But anyhow, so we got a nice group of people here. We got Cindy, Helene, let's see, Jaylene, Christina, and I think Betsy tuned in at the very beginning. Has she chimed in? Nope, I thought she did. All right, that's okay. So we've got this great picture of this girl we're going to draw tonight. Especially looking forward to drawing her hair. Let's jump right into this. I am live, so if you have a question or a comment, oh, there's Nancy tuning in from the West Coast. Jump right in and ask a question. I'll look up and hopefully I will see it as we are drawing. So let's get into this. And I'm just using a spiral bound sketchbook. I have one of my favorite drawing instruments is a Crayola colored pencil. These happen to be black in color, but I will use whatever color I have, whether it's green or brown, whatever. But I've got a couple black ones here, and I really like drawing with these things because the lead is soft, it's waxy, so it doesn't smear, but the bad side is, oh, Nancy, Mississippi. I'm sorry. Mississippi. Let's see. So the wax is waxy, so it doesn't erase. So that's the only downside. But how's Mississippi these days? I've never been to Mississippi. I'd like to go down there and check that out. In fact, I haven't even been to any of the southern states. I've been to Florida, but Alabama, Mississippi. I feel like there's one more. There's one more in there I'm missing right now. Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. I don't know. Does Georgia touch the southern coast? I don't know. All right. Enough of this. Enough of the geography. Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. That's what I think it is without looking at a map. All right. Here we go. Let's get this down here. All right. We're going to start with a sphere, okay? All right, nice sphere here. And I don't know, we'll just leave it this size right here. And so the first thing I want to look for is the brow line. And the brow line goes right through the oh, Louisiana. Oh, my bad. Thank you. Sorry, Louisianans. Brow line goes right through the brow there. And so let's see. Let me get the angle right. That's really important. So the one way we can see is the angle. Look at the eyes. So the eye toward the inner there is a little bit higher. So I think we're kind of looking like this right here. Okay, that's where I'm going to go with it. And then this is important right here. This is the temple or the corner of the head. See, it kind of head comes across. You hit the temple and it goes back toward the side. So her ear is a little bit lower. So we could change the angle slightly like this. You see. Louisiana. How did I forget that? I knew there was one more. Okay, so this is going to be the side of her head, just something like this right here. Okay, so this is the temple. And way over here, this is the other temple right here. So we've got to find the center line. And this is a 3/4 view. It's not an extreme, and it's not dead center here. I'm gonna put this off center just by a little bit. So this is the glabella, the center of her head. And so this next line is so important. So let's get this angle right as well. We're gonna come down like that. You've got to get this angle. Everything, this first line is key. Everything hangs on this. So if you start to do your drawing, which I did this little quick sketch before I came on the air, and you could see that my angle was not angled enough, and so I didn't get that twist in her face. So that brow line, getting that brow line is key. Okay, let's come right into this then. And this is the brow line. This is going to be the glabella. Let's start building out her nose, and then I want to build out her mouth, and then that's going to give us a clue of how far down to make her chin. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here and just estimate. I'm going to estimate here about where I think her nose is going to fall, and I'm just gonna do something like that. And I think I'm going to come just a little bit lower, just like this, right down there. Okay, so up here, let's kind of get let's follow the ridge of the nose here. And we're just going to come down, and right when I get down here to the bridge, I'm going to lift my pencil up, and then come back down, push it down a little bit. So there's a little bit of a gap here. When you're drawing like a female, a woman or something like that, you want to be very careful with the bridge of their nose. If you can keep it light, it will make them look far more feminine than like going in hard on that. So I came down here to the tip of her nose and I curled it under just a little bit, and I added just a little bit of tone, just like that. And right along this edge here, I went a little bit darker. Hey, John, went a little bit darker. This is going to create a very nice coarse shadow where the underneath the nose is picking up a little bit of light. Now, it may not be true in this picture. This is more of a studio shot, but I do that anyways because I think it just looks so much more nicer. Okay, let's go ahead and before I draw the nostril, I'm visually looking at the width, and I'm going to compare that to like the width of the nose, the whole nose. So, okay, I'm not going to go too big. And then this side over here is going to get a little bit darker. I think I can zoom in here. All right, a little bit better there. Okay, let's come down here now and get the V of her lips. And that V is very shallow. want to get the corners of her mouth here. I'm looking very carefully where they're lining up right on the one corner's lining up right with the right here with the nose. You see that? And then the other one is just outside the nose. All right, there's one lip on this side there. We're trying to keep these all parallel here. Even this is going to be where the eye line is going to go. But we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, center part of her lip is going to be just like that. And then this is going to overlap this edge over here, just like that. You see that? See that teeny little overlap I did? That shows us that this front part of her lip is first in front of us, and then the back part's behind it. Okay, so then this is the center line coming down here, and it's going to go into the lip, and you can put a little curve there to help remember the center point of her bottom lip. And let's look closely over here, because this bottom lip is important here. I can see it's coming in slightly over here. There's a flat line to help me get it lined up. This will be John, you're doing a watercolor portrait of this, really? Oh, very good. Very good. In fact, now that you mentioned watercolor portraits, should I do a little advertising? You know, we have a community fund in our Facebook group where if you donate money, we can pay for some of the classes for some of the students who can't afford it. And the classes aren't aren't terribly expensive, but they are very helpful. Anyways, when you donate money, I'm going to send you one of these postcards. These are all hand-painted watercolor portraits. So, yep. So that's in our Facebook group. You have to check that out. I'll put a link in the description for that if you're interested. Okay, thank you, John. Thank you. All right, look, we've got our lips. Let's keep going here, right? All right, now we can get a very reasonable bottom part of that chin here. And just remember, this is the brow line. All of these things are parallel. They're all parallel. And before we do the side of her face, which is going to really bring this together, let's get these eyes in, okay? Let's get these eyes in. So start over here. This eye right here, this is going to be her tear duct. And if I line it up with a vertical, it lines up just to the outside of the nostril of the nose there. And then the other one is going to be, where is that? That's going to be very close here, right about there. Okay, so where I made the mistake is her eyes are a little tilted. So I'm going to take this distance here. I'm going to come right back over there. It's about right about there. But it's a little bit higher. So I gotta kind of work this up just a little bit higher. It's not perfectly level. And then the other side, now this is, I look at the two tear ducts, this one is a little bit lower than that one. And the other quarter of her eye is going to be a little bit higher. So we're going to be maybe right about there. Okay, very lightly now. So we're going to keep this light because we can adjust it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Underneath, we do an S curve. Another S curve here. So when we draw eyes, I usually go 1, 2, 3, and then this is where the tear duct is, and I go S curve. All right. This is like my first shape I do, and then I can come in here and curve it out. Okay, let's get that pupil in place, the iris. All right, I'm just gonna put a little circle for my pupil there. And then when I'm gonna come in dark, but I'm gonna leave, look, I'm gonna leave a little, just that little opening up top there. That's gonna be for the reflection, for the highlight. So in the iris, I'm gonna come in here very light and just kind of leave that spot. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side now. All right, now I could get this side of her face in, see? Now we can come in here, and this is the fun part. It's gonna kind of bring this whole thing together. So we're coming in here. Where is the cheek now? That's pretty important here. The cheek is coming out here. And I'm really kind of looking at this space here. I wanna make sure that I'm getting just enough space here. So let's see, we're gonna come out. Okay. this is going to be where her ear is, back here. Her ear lines up right with the nose. Good. We'll do this. Drop the jaw down right about here, and then bring it around. Kind of, I'm looking at this area of her eye here because I want to get the right. All right, that's where her forehead's going to go. Now we can get back into her eyes. All right, so on the eyes, first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm not leaving the whites of her eyes white. I want to make sure I get a little bit of a shadow toward the top of her eyes. You see that? Same thing on this side. The iris gets a little bit darker. Okay, then her, the eyelids, the skin folds over the eyelids, right? When they're open. So let's get that. And I see right along there's like this is beautiful straight, and then it comes in like this, you see? And this is catching light here, so I'm just going to very lightly add a little bit of value here and here. All right, let's get the other one on the other side. Okay, so there's more up there. We'll get those eyelashes here in just a second. All right, let's bring those out. And when you're doing eyelashes, you have to think like you're putting on mascara. Like, I think I told this joke in our daily draw class. I'm not an expert at that, but they say it clumps it together. And then look this mascara is just leave a little of a white edge right there. All right, let's get some eyebrows on this now. Look at the negative space over here, so that will help position that eyebrow correctly. And then what about this one? This one's going to be a little bit higher here. Where does it line up vertically? Oh, right about here, I'd say. And then it almost is like a straight here, you see? And then it's going to get covered up by our hair here once we get there. Okay, let's come down and get that in place. And then I'm going to come down here to her lips. Get that lip a little bit darker. For her teeth, just go in here very lightly. Don't go too dark yet. Corners of her mouth, you couldn't go dark enough. So look at this here. And then her lips, bottom lips, I'm gonna leave just a little bit of an edge there. Leave a little bit of an edge. And then as long as we're down here, let's get this shadow here. It's a beautiful shadow underneath that lip there. That's gonna form up her chin. And this side of her face is a little bit in shadow. So very lightly. Very lightly. Very lightly. All right, I'm going to come down here and sharpen my nose in just a little bit and add just the nostril on the far side there. Chin is coming there. Look at this. This chin is coming back here. This neck is coming back here. All right, hair. Let's get this hair in. This is going to be exciting. So I'm going to start and draw a containment line lightly here. All right, so I kind of have an idea of where her hair is going, and this is going to be this beautiful. Don't be afraid on this. You know, it took me, just so you know, I want you to know that to draw the portrait is no easy task. It takes a long time to really get the heck of it. I mean, I'm talking years. And it's possible for anyone to do it. Anyone can do this. But the only thing it requires of you is repetition and practice. All right, so all I'm doing right now is just thinking of a containment line. So I say that because I don't want you to, if your desire is to draw the portrait as part of your ability as an artist, then don't quit. Don't quit. Just keep at it. Keep practicing with other artists. Keep reading books. Keep practicing drawing from books. Take classes. And that's it. There is no magic except just perseverance. Perseverance and ongoing practice. All right, let's look at this here. Let's get some shapes in here for her hair. And these are like just the darker shapes. All right, there's some over here. We'll get that in a minute. Okay, so this top part is pretty straightforward, but let me show you how I deal with something like right down in here, okay? So if I look closely, we've got a curl coming almost like right at us here. So I'm gonna put this in right now so I don't get lost in my hair with that. And then you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of thinking of this. See, that's on one side of it. And then the other side, I'm leaving the white of my page. There is a little bit of tone there, but you can see what I've done. And this center section is going to be dark. All right, then we've got another nice big curl right here. It's coming around. It's like this. And it kind of is zipping around like that. So I want to add my tone first. Get as much tone as I can in here. And then go in with my lines. Okay, then we've got, look, we got another piece here. It kind of twists around. All this just requires you to really just kind of just look closely. You got to slow down and really look closely to what you're drawing, because a big part of drawing, huge part, is just seeing. All right, we've got, add some tone back here. All right, let's go ahead now. Look at this right here. Right here. Now this is going to, watch the tracing of my pencil. It's going to come up. It's going to go around. It's going to come all the way up here. You see that? So this is going to come around. Come right through here. All right. Look at this. This is coming around like this, you see? There's that one. And I'm breaking this up, trying to see this as groups. Trying to get my tone in first before I get my hair strands. And I don't want to see this, I don't want to draw this as individual strands. I want to see it as groups of hair. So let's see here. There's this nice grouping right here. It kind of comes down like this. Big old S curve. So I'm going to come in here and so there's one group. Okay, here's another group. Now this gets nice and dark under here. Then this hair comes back here like this. Just gotta keep at it. Don't quit. It's like, you know what it is? I think I've said this before. It's like conducting an orchestra, But there are no musicians. There's only you. And you've got to learn how to play all the instruments. And the drawing the eyes, that's an instrument. Drawing the hair, that's an instrument. So you've got to get good at all of those pieces, and then you've got to bring it all together. But when you do, wow. Little bit of smearing on mine, not much. Put in the finishing touches here. Looking for those nice high contrast points. All right. I think that is going to do it for me tonight. There you go. I hope you found that helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We come right now. We're in the middle of finishing up our 100-day drawing challenge. Join our Facebook group. I'll put a link. I'll put a link for that in the comments. Hope to see you all there. Thanks for tuning in tonight, everyone. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.